Right now, we're witnessing a change in tactics by Vladimir Putin and his army that has invaded Ukraine. The original strategy was a kind of shock and awe to try to bomb a few cities, threaten a few places, and they hoped that the Ukrainian army would run. Zelensky would go to Lviv, and this could be all over. That didn't work. That didn't happen. The Russian army has sustained amazing number of casualties. By Ukrainian accounts, 6,000 soldiers have already died. So now he shifted to an old tactic. It's a tragic, horrific tactic. We've seen it in Chechnya. We've seen it in Syria, where they are going to bomb and occupy and encircle Russian major cities. And that's what's happening right now. Kharkiv is under siege. Kiev is under siege. And tragically, I think it will be a major escalation in the number of people that will die, first and foremost, Ukrainian civilians. The Russian military is more modernized. Putin's been modernizing his army for 15 or 20 years. I think people need to understand that. He's put tremendous resources into increasing their capabilities. And the Ukrainian military doesn't have certain resources. First and foremost, they lack air power. They lack the ability to bomb and attack Russian forces on the ground. Right now, as we're talking, there's a convoy 40 miles long on a road going into Kiev. If they had air capability, they would be bombing that convoy. These are easy targets if you have sophisticated aircraft. The Ukrainians don't. And that asymmetry is being felt in terms of how easy it is for the Russian army literally to just roll down the street from the north. And tragically, the capability side, there's a huge asymmetry. But there's a huge asymmetry on the will side the other way around. I think it's really important to understand that in the long run, I don't see how Putin wins this long war. I just listened last night to 3 dozen Russian soldiers that have been captured, videos of them. I speak Russian, I can understand what they're talking about. And to a person, these young men, they have no idea why they're fighting. They have no idea why they're in Ukraine. The hour-long rambling speech that Putin gave on the eve of this war to justify it, they obviously didn't follow it. I listened to the whole thing and I could barely follow it in terms of its logic. So over time, that asymmetry of will play a huge role. Doesn't mean they're going to win the fight initially, but Putin doesn't have an end game. Like once he takes Kiev, then what? He's going to put a puppet government in, then what? They will be under siege either physically or with passive civic resistance for the rest of the time they're in Ukraine.